Hello, everyone. I'm Raul, your angelic messenger. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Enlightened Conversations. I am extremely excited with this guest. We actually met online, and to those of you that you're on the Facebook world, you never know who you're going to meet. And Maria and I were kind of like angelically guided to meet. Maria Kathlyn Tan, more commonly known as Miracle Maria, is a channeler, connector, and a creator. She serves those looking to channel a greater power both above and within themselves to create something revolutionary. She facilitates miracles for individuals and organizations seeking more meaningful connections into both the inner and the outer world. She truly believes that once you're actually aligned and in tune, one can achieve all these different miracles. Everything that she does is done with so much joy and so much love, and she's always laughing, which is beautiful to see. She brings a beautiful energy into this show today of Enlightened Conversations. Miracle Maria, welcome.
Thank you so much, Raul. I'm very, very honored to be here with you and conversing with the enlightened energy that we are in. And you know what's interesting, angelic, Raul? I have an angel just here next to me. I always have this very dear. Yes. It's a good reminder, I think, to, especially in the workspace, when you're so much in that space of, flow and sometimes also frustration, to be reminded that you are always divinely guided. So,
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. Thank you so much for holding this space for people and from bringing that beautiful energy that you have, Maria. Let us start by talking about how did Miracle Maria came about?
Well, I come from a very strong business background, actually. I started selling and making money at the age of 6. So, I did buy and sell, and I sold to everyone I know in school, in my family, and then I had the opportunity to come to Taiwan. I'm originally from the Philippines, and I came to Taiwan under a scholarship for my tertiary education. And I think Taiwan gave me, it's a little different from my life in the Philippines, and I think it gave me that maybe space to also activate some gifts that I never thought I had. In my father's side, a lot of his relatives are channels, and in the but more Chinese way, and for myself, 5 years or 6 years ago, I was really thinking of switching. There was something that was missing in my life, and I was doing freelance work, and I was writing. I was doing ESL in Taiwan, and basically I did everything already, but I still felt hungry. Like there's no that hunger in me. And I was thinking, how can I maximize all my gifts and all my talents? And the word miracles came to me, and I was actually thinking of using not the word miracles, but I don't know. I was thinking, should I maybe use another word, but the same meaning, let's say milagro, which is the Japanese, or milagros, or something like this. And I was thinking, and that name came first. Then later, it just evolved into me getting certified by Doreen Virtue for the online angel reading course, the first course that she did. Then I slowly got into the spiritual stuff. I went into pranic healing, and I learned so many things at one time. And last year, 2 years ago, or 2017, 2 years ago, I opened a consulting firm with a friend, but it didn't work out. She got sick, but again, it didn't really work out. And that really took a lot of things from me. I was doing consulting for businesses, but at the same time, I was running my page, and I think I was already active online, slowly, but it's more of a hobby. Then I kept thinking, what I wanted is really to integrate everything, all my gifts. And the word miracles kept coming back. And I thought, what is it that I give people? It's really, that I help them find miracles in themselves. It's even in organizations, even through my writing, even through, PR work, or even through organizing events. Because it's not easy to organize an event. In itself, it's already a miracle. So I realized even ESL work, I realized everything, healing work, it's really about facilitating that miracle to come for the other person. And I thought, okay, maybe that's what I should be. Really, I embraced that brand. And I decided, I was thinking, should it be Miracles with Maria and Miracles? Then I decided, you know what, I will figure it out as I came along. And later, a friend said, you know what, because you're Miracle Maria. And I thought, yeah, that's right. So it was a friend who wrote that to me. It's just a comment on Facebook. That's why I'm so thankful to Facebook, because it has really propelled my essence forward. And, that comment really resonated so much, and that's why I decided, you know what, I will own up to that, because the world has been giving me that many times. 5 years ago, it's already there, and I was the one who was trying to question it. So now that I've seen that, I owned up to it, and it has transformed my life. It's amazing.
That is so beautiful. But as we all know, Maria, even with miracles in our lives, we cannot do this by ourselves. Talk to us about your team, please.
Okay. Well, I call them my miracle team. The amazing thing is I have team above and team here on earth. Okay. So let's talk about my team here on earth. First, I work with 2 VAs in the Philippines. But now I'm calling them miracle managers, basically. Now, they help keep me grounded. They really help me, get anchored in case something, and especially when you have a lot of things going on. It's so easy to get, I think, distracted, right? So I have them. Then I have my amazing designer, graphic designer, web designer, branding designer in Switzerland.
She makes amazing stuff for you.
Yes, she's the one who helped me put together my logo, my website, and all the pages that you see on the website. She's the one who helped me do that. And I work with a photographer and videographer here in Taiwan. So she's the one who takes my photos, and she's the one who helps me with my videos. And then I send it to Switzerland for my designer to edit and put the things. But the raw videos are here. Then I work with my coach. I have a business coach in the US. So she's the one who helps me also plan things and strategize. And she's also psychic herself. So it's important, because you need that to have, to really go in the flow. And the work we do is a little bit different. It's not as practical side, right? Some is really based on our intuition, and that psychic coach is really helpful for that. Then I work with a messaging strategist in also the US. I'm part of a mastermind where we basically help each other, support each other when we have new things coming out. Let's say new copies and new articles that we're not sure, like we want a second or third opinion on. So we put it in the group, and the hosts will give their input, and the participants will also give their input. Then I work with, oh my God, now I'm listing everybody. It seems a lot, and I'm so thankful. Then I have a soul sister that I do exchange with. Like we help channel messages for each other, and just to check in as well. And I think it's also helpful because we don't benefit monetarily with each other. So she's the one in India. And then I have a I also run a one-on-one program called Rediscover Self with someone from Hong Kong, but originally Pakistani. She and I, we work with a client, and we're working with a few more clients, but not a lot. And she also helps me. She also we support each other, especially in clients, or because we take one client, but it's both of us. So we cover for each other and we update each other with what's happening. And it's good to have a different perspective. So that's my team. Oh, I forgot. The most important thing also is here on Earth and in my house, especially, I have a weekly helper that really takes care of everything I need for my home. And since I'm working from home, it's also important because she will make sure that I have tissue, I have my shampoo, like those minute things. She really takes a whole load of things from my plate, and I'm very thankful as well. Then for my team above, I work with several guides. Really, I don't really like to use names to put them, but it's more of to term them. But usually when I channel messages or even before this call, I usually just pray, and I use the word just God sometimes, God, and to put a name for all of them, and just to say, please guide me in this session or in this call, in these enlightened conversations, and help me really be a channel and to serve my highest purpose. So that's basically my miracles team.
Beautiful, Maria. And it's so important that you were able to share that with us, because many people out there would love to do what you're doing, but it's not as simple as saying, okay, I'm just going to launch and do this. There's a lot of things that need to happen in the background before you can actually be in the foreground doing it the way that you do.
Yeah, it is. I would call it, it's really a collective effort. It's really that, see, the idea of miracles didn't just come from me, right? It came from something much stronger than me. I just launched 7 Days of Miracles, and I'm launching 7 Weeks of Miracles soon. It also came from that. And, it's a nagging feeling behind you. That's just, miracles, miracles, 7 Days of Miracles. So you don't know where. And so I would say that the above team, they actually push me more than my team below. Below more supports me, but the one above they're the ones who really push you to the right direction, propel you forward.
I totally agree, because when I was writing my 2 books that I published last year, it was that idea that they keep on nagging you, they keep on saying, come on, get on with it, keep on writing, keep on doing this, get in touch with that person, and then you are finding the earth angels that they're going to help you, that they're going to support you, that they perhaps nag you a little bit to get things happening in a certain way, but it's all part of the bigger plan. Yes.
Yes. Because once they give you that, I think it's more than you. It's just more than you have to. There is a responsibility now, and when you accept that mission, assignment, it's already more than you. It's more than the people you help. It's more than the people you work with. It's a vocation. It's a calling. It's something that you really that gift. It's our nature, and when you step back and step away from your nature, you get sick. You meet a lot of unfortunate events, and because you're trying to do something that is not for you. You're trying to be a dancer if you're a singer. You're trying to be a painter if you're a singer. And I think that's more than you already. It's just more than you. It's more than your ego. It's more than if I need to be going on Facebook, and I don't like going on live. I'm a very private person, but you know what? It's more than me now. It's about this message, and I'm just the image they chose to bring this forward. So who am I to say no to my gifts? Who am I to say no to God, right? So I think it's really that understanding that really changed the way I look at things and the way I do things.
if you recall yesterday in your miracles party that I took part of, we were talking to Sheila Henley, and she introduced her book, Bloom Where You Are Planted. And taking into account what you just said, we cannot do it on our own. Somebody needs to put the seed in the ground. Somebody else needs to come and water. Somebody else needs to tend to the plant. So then finally we can bloom. Yes. And in order for that rose for that rose to have a beautiful fragrance, there's a whole host of people that they need to be around it in order to create that miracle. And I agree. Many that when I walk down the street, I stop, and when I live here in Ballarat in Victoria, it's full of rose bushes. We got in the back garden, in the front garden, and I'm forever stopping and smelling them and being grateful that they are there, because to me, that's the biggest miracle.
Yes. Because you don't question, they just are there, right? They are.
Yeah, and they exist and they bring beauty, but in today's world, Maria, and particularly that you said you were truly, not that you're not, but you were really a businesswoman. People don't stop and smell the roses. They're busy moving from one meeting to the next.
Yes, I know. I used to work so I did ESL training, right? So I used to work from 5 a.m. to literally midnight every day.
Sorry for people. Maria, sorry, for people that they don't know, ESL is English as a second language.
Yeah. I taught ESL in Taiwan, and not just teach ESL. I was more of the ESL community. So I wrote books on ESL and our materials, curriculum. I was part of several teams because I worked as freelance. So basically you can serve many clients, right, that way. Then I was also a voiceover artist for books, let's say, the children's books, once upon a time, those things. So I did that as well. I did writing, I taught business English, and I did prep as well, test preparation, SAT, TOEFL, TOEIC. Even now I still do, but I take a few clients. I don't take more than I can handle because I have this, right? But see, I don't want to limit my miracles to just the spiritual industry, because we are living on earth, right? So some people who want to go to America, to go to England, to go to Australia to study, but language is a problem for them, or they find that maybe their writing skill is not at par, then they come to me and they want to have that in a short time, to be operating in a speed that's very different from what they thought. Maybe from 2 years, we cut down the time to, let's say, 6 months for them to really prepare and get ready. So yes. So I know, I used to do that. Yeah.
So do you now take the time to smell the roses?
Yes, very much. There are a few things that I cannot live without. First is my bath. I need to take a bath. If I can usually I take a bath every 2 days, but on winter and when I'm stressed, it's really every day. When there's a lot of things going on, it's not, because stress is not about, sometimes stress is not something we don't realize we're already getting. So let's say I have students who are taking the tests, right? Yes, I'm not the one taking the test, I'm guiding them, but you also take on some kind of stress because it's your responsibility. Let's say I agreed to host, here in Taipei, I agreed to host, let's say, a tea event or a lunch event for certain organizations. It's again another stress because it's commitment as well, right? So basically, that's important. You have to have those things that can ground you. So I take baths every day. I journal every day, which really helps. Then what I do is I have a small area even now in my office where I basically connect, like I pray there, and I have my candles, and I have my ceremony. So lavender oil, dried lavender. So I have that as well, and I have my keyboard here as well. So I learned the piano a few years ago, but I'm not very good. But it's mostly to release everything to empty my mind and just do something with my hands and do something with with that inside me. So, and then I paint as well. Not really paint, but it's something that I enjoy to also unwind and just release. So those things I do. Now I stop and I like my time in the morning. I usually begin my day late because I end it late, right? So in the morning, that's when I drink my coffee or tea, my breakfast. I'd have breakfast for 1 hour or something, and I will combine it, my breakfast, my journal, I love that. I love that time for myself, and it really energizes me.
Which is important because many people just hear the sound of the alarm, they get up, they go, and off they go in their car or in public transport to their offices. And it's important to really recognize that individual ritual, yes? Whether it's just to sit down and enjoy your coffee or at the same time as you're enjoying your coffee journaling, I think that is wonderful. So my next question, Maria, is when is Miracle Maria's book coming out?
Okay, well, I'm planning it now, and I want to have it published maybe next year. This year because of the rebrand that I did heavily late last year to early this year, and it's just March or April, right? March, April, it's just the equinox. So I have a few things in the pipeline, and I want to start plotting my first book this July, to just really just put the framework, not yet really writing it, because when I have that, it's easy for me to write. It's actually easy for me to write. It's not a problem. It's just, sometimes I see it and I don't see it. Does it make sense? I think when I'm in that space, sometimes it takes long for the idea to bloom. So yes, but it is on its way.
Maria, when we boil it down to a common denominator in everything that you do, that I do, that everybody does, we cannot escape but to talk about love. Yes?
Yes.
What does love represent to you in your personal life, if you choose to do that, but most importantly, in the job that you do on a daily basis with people around the world?
The most important thing is being unconditional. I learned that really a few years ago, because we say we don't expect anything that we do. Let's say we expect something from our friends who we help many times, or we expect something from our family, right? But I really learned that love is really unconditional. It means you give without expecting anything in return. It's not like you don't say, why does she treat me like this when I treated her well? That is already an expectation. And I know that people are so giving, but because we give so much, right, and we don't just receive anything in return, we find that can sometimes off balance that. And being unconditional, for me, the secret is really reaffirming your love for yourself. And when I say love for myself, it's not just putting on makeup or buying clothes for yourself, or or getting a new haircut every time, or going for perm. It's not material. That love that I'm saying, that it's not just self-care, it's not just self-love, but that essence of I am in love with myself. And that, it's like my client, this is interesting. Yesterday, my client wrote to me and she asked me, do you think I'm not authentic because I'm not sharing with my partner everything that I think? I said, no. Why? Because there's no such thing. And she said, well, I feel like I'm having an affair. And, I love that, because you know what? We need to have an affair with ourselves, because there's no need for us to justify what we do or who who we are to anyone but ourselves. So that for me, the secret of keeping that vessel and being able to look people into the eye, especially people who hurt you, and not feel anything, is really when you affirm that love for yourself first, to have that affair, to allow yourself to have that, affair with yourself, to have that anchor in you that you will attract people who hate you. You will attract people who admire you so much. You will attract people who will say bad things about you, backstab you. And for me, in the past, I hated that. I hated that people disliked me or backstabbed me, or people who just abuse my friendship or use my friendship. But now I realize, no, I shouldn't say that, because you know what? When our light is so powerful, you will attract people who want to take that power from you. You will attract people who want to steal your light away, right? Why do we see a lot of stories, regardless of fiction or non-fiction, talking about the same thing? White magic versus dark magic. And usually dark magic, they go hungry and they want to take from the white magic, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. I think
Yes.
love and hate, they're both as equally powerful, that when you're coming from love, you will attract people who want to steal that magic from you, who want to take that power, even if they don't understand. That's why dark magic, you can see Harry Potter, any kind of book, any kind of, all of these, they are talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
Why, when we love from that, you see, why did Voldemort why didn't he understand that love is such a powerful thing? Because it's immeasurable, right? It's immeasurable. Why do people with dark magic, they don't understand why people with white magic, they refund money if they don't resonate with clients? Why do they? You understand? So for me, it's that realization, especially, that I understood. Yes, I will attract people who hate me. I will attract people who want to steal my thunder. I will attract people who want to pull the rug under me. And I will attract people who want to own my greatness and success and claim it for their own, right? Because they want to say they made me. But so what? I don't need to care about that, because I know from my heart that I am really living something that's more than me. That's such a miraculous manifestation for myself. And that in itself is honor. It's an honor, it's a humility, it's pride, it's everything. And this comes with burden too. Our blessings come with a burden that we cannot even describe in words. And for me, that's the most important thing. So when you ask me what is love, it's really unconditional. It's really I saying something, and if someone takes that in a different way, I don't care. I cannot control what you think about what I said. I cannot control how you look at my friendship or how you abuse. Because when I do control everything, then that's not love. That is already manipulation. So love for me is that one. It's unconditional. And for me to have reached this part, and I still practice this every day, it's really to affirm the things that I love about myself, that I'm in love about myself, and why I'm having an affair with myself. Because if I don't, I will look for that from someone else. I would look for something reciprocated to me. I would look for justifications and validations externally. But miracles is not about external justification. It's about internal alignment, attunement, and activation.
Yes. Amazing. I was just listening to you, Maria, and I remember when I was in the corporate world and I was going up on my own merit and on everything that I did, but there were people behind me that they wanted my position. And I used to say to them, you know what would you like to learn from me? Because I'll give it to you. Once you get my position, the only thing that it means to me is that I'm moving to another one up.
Yes.
Because I have no sense of, oh my God, you want my position, I'm not going to show you. No, because to me, it's sort of like, you want to learn from me? Here, have it. I'll give it all to you. At the end of the day, you are not me. So you cannot do it the way that I did.
I agree.
And exactly what you're saying. You just give love away and say, well, love me, dislike me, whatever it may be. That's for you to realize what is it that you feel. Because at the end of the day, nobody can do it like Maria.
Yes, I agree.
From then on, I was talking to somebody else today, and we were talking about education, Maria, and another guest, and his name is Jay Cooper. And we were talking about the importance of education in everything that we do, but in particular, this idea of connecting with the higher realm that sometimes you and I, as young kids, we were not taught any of that at school. Perhaps if we went to church, but nowadays we're finding certain schools, particularly here in Australia, that they're encouraging young minds and little kids 5 and 6 to meditate and to really find that connection. So do you think that the work that you do will allow young children to really connect?
You know, I think everything that I do is all about connection. So it can be, and for me, I use this word very loosely, okay? God or connect something from, and everybody has something else to say, right, about it. But for me, I've learned we are part of the collective, and the collective is part of us. So if someone doesn't believe in God, I believe he or she believes in something. Okay, even atheists. I think atheists are the ones who just believe in themselves, right? So even for me, if they can believe in themselves so much, for me it means that they have that pull inside them, right? That pull of light where they can get from. So for me, it doesn't matter if you believe in God or if you don't believe in God, if you believe in a different name, whatever. But the thing is, when you're connected, okay? This is the key. Connected, regardless of where that connection is. When you're connected, everything is flowing. It's like our internet connection. We are connected well, so things are just flowing. So I think, yes, the way we do things and the way we speak, the way we talk, the way we think, we will affect people. Maybe in more ways than we can imagine. I've worked with kids because of ESL, right? And I'm very much open to everything they can give. I think kids are one of the most resilient people in the world because they don't justify. It's just, okay, I want to try and I will try. Okay, I fell down. Okay, it's okay. I try again and again and again until they get it, right? But for adults, we tend to we say we're open, or we say we want to be creative and innovative, but unfortunately, I find, even for myself, I find that, I tried once and I can't handle it. I want to quit. And then it takes you longer to try again. But for kids, it's amazing. They try once, they didn't figure out, okay, I won't try again, and again, and again, and again. But for adults who tried once, it didn't work. Okay, scrap, next, right? I think sometimes we scrap things too fast as well, because of such thing as letting go, right? But sometimes it's really a balance. I cannot teach people how that is, because you need to find it for yourself. I can guide you in finding that. It's not really, okay, on your third try, that's the time you give up. No, it's really a conviction of some sort, right? So, so I'm amazed at how kids can really stretch. And for adults, we just, I think we're too stiff. It's so hard to stretch.
We usually see that as adults, we'll either inflexible or we just build up this wall. I couldn't get it, so I'm moving on to something else that I can get. And with children, they put no barriers to learning, particularly when it's something that it interests them and it challenges them. And I think that the world of, for a choice of a better word, spirituality, it's something that it truly enchants children, but it's sometimes parents, families, and society that we don't open up to that world. It's only talked about for families sometimes on a Sunday when they go to church, but it's not something discussed. I know when I was a child and I was seeing angels, the only one that truly understood me was my late grandmother, I should say. And everybody else was like, yeah, whatever. And I never put them totally aside, but I left them aside in order to fit in. And I'm of the school of thought that I would love to see this young new generation embracing all of this and taking it so much further than what you and I have managed to do.
Yes, I think we are going that way. And, you know, I think the only thing we can do as adults is really to allow. Because that, again, it's unconditional, right? We cannot dictate what they should do or what they shouldn't do. We can guide them and educate them in connecting to themselves and to a higher power, but basically connecting, because that's the thing, we don't connect, right?
Yeah.
So we can encourage them, we can guide them into connection, and we can empower them by not, by laughing at their mistake, but in an encouraging way, not critical way, right? Like those things, those are the only things we can do. But after that, no more, because we cannot control the outcome, or else these kids will feel that whatever they make is not because of them, but because of someone else. And again, we're back in the system and the pattern of trying to fit in someone else's box, right?
Yeah. Maria, imagine yourself there with a young child, a boy or a girl, let's say about 8 years old, and they were helping somebody do something that they thought, oh, well, I know how to do it, so I'm going to help you. And that other person did something not so nice to them and they felt really hurt. What would you say to them in order to handle that perhaps rejection or that action that they thought, gee, but I was helping you and look at what you've done to me?
I will say the same thing. Okay, well, let's put a name, okay, so it's more. Okay, let's say, okay, children, or Paul, I get the word Paul, okay. Paul, I know it seems that you don't understand why the other person, or why your friend Tim hated you for what you did. But let me ask you, do you think what you did is right? Okay, if it's right, then why do you want to change the person and make him think it's right? If it's wrong, then it's wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong, right? So why do you want to change it for others? So if you're right, you're right.
So we're simply talking about doing what we feel that is right, but in the heart of hearts, letting it go.
Yes.
No attachment.
Yes, no attachment. Unconditional, I would say.
Yes, yes. And we're going back to that, which is that unconditional love. And there is that love that it has no expectations. But because we live in a society that it bombards us with the way that we should live and we should act, it becomes hard to try and steer children to have less expectations and to just simply give the best out of themselves and whatever comes their way to receive it with open arms.
Yeah, because I think we care too much.
Yes.
It's not that, and I think the word care, we tend to overdo it, because when we say we care too much, you want to sway someone to another way, right? It's the same like, when my youngest brother had his university examinations, and the way we do it in the Philippines is similar to America. You apply each school, and in Taiwan you apply one, so it's different here. But he did not get into the top 4 universities in the Philippines. And to be honest, I was really, really angry at that time. My mother called me to say, you know what, your brother is so disappointed. Maybe you can call him to calm him down, or I told my mom, yeah, at that time, and right now I feel so sorry. I won't say sorry because it's part of my journey, right? But looking back, it's just so funny how how I thought that way, how I think that care is about control. And that time I was so angry. I'm pretty open, but that, I told my mom, you know what, I don't want to talk to him right now, because if I talk to him, my God, I don't know what I would say. And I would say something like, I'm very ashamed that you did not get into the top 4 universe. How can you be so stupid? Like those words. Because really, looking back, it was more of concern for his future, right? For him to, after graduation, what will he do? We're different because I'm more entrepreneurial, so I always find opportunities anywhere I am. But for him, he's not as entrepreneurial, and I was worried. But then, right, I remember my best friend Anne told me, you know what? And in the end, my brother had to take a special test to a lesser university. Not bad, but it's not top 4. That's for me. That's in my mind. It's just top 4 or nothing else. And my best friend told me, you know what, Maria, you cannot say that, because what if his fate is there, his destiny is there? Yes, maybe the other school is not as ideal, but you know what? That just trust. And when she said that way, that maybe his destiny is there. Who knows? And I think that time I was really able to let go of it. But even I think because we care too much, sometimes we care too much and we want to control. And when we control, I think we confuse the other person, the receiver, and ourselves with what is it that really bothers us. Because what was bothering me was not him, his future. What was bothering me is that I could not control. I could not help him. I could not control what's the outcome, or what if. But that's the magical thing. I tried to put him in box, like you need to be only this and no more else, right? But to be honest, we talk about thinking outside the box all the time, in business, in spirituality, in emotional, it doesn't matter, right? Everything is outside the box, but we do put people in boxes. Unfortunately, we try to fit someone in boxes. We try to fit ourselves in a box, regardless of it, right? But I think
that it's the issue, Maria, is that sometimes we want to put people that they are dear to us, like in your case, your brother, in the best and most beautiful box.
In our opinion.
Yes.
That's the key, right? It's in our opinion.
Yes.
And we want to force our opinion on them.
Yes. A few years ago, I was actually training. I started my career cleaning toilets for a 5-star hotel, and I grew into that career, and I had many amazing opportunities. But a few years ago, I was in Macau, and we went across to China to actually train 2,000 housekeepers. And they looked at me because, okay, I was in a suit and all of that. And suddenly I took off my jacket and I slid up and I showed them how to clean a toilet. And they were all going, oh my God, how come he's in a suit and he has all these? And one of them said to me, but sir, didn't you go to university? I said, yes, for many years, and I got all this, but you shouldn't be cleaning a toilet. And I said, I just wanted to show you that whatever you're going to learn from us, I can do it myself. And in the future, remember, I used to be a toilet cleaner, that I decided that my mission was to go to university, to perhaps many of you didn't have to go. I went to help you. And in the future, I can show you that my pathway, my trajectory can be yours if you so choose. But at the end of the day, let's not forget, as you were saying, Maria, that as part of the collective, we all have a part to play.
Yes.
We cannot all be the managing director of a hotel. There's only one position for that.
Yeah.
And the rest of us need to find our niche and what actually makes us unique. And sometimes, you know what? Walking into a hotel room and seeing a toilet sparkle, it gives me just so much pleasure because somebody has taken so much care to think you are going to come in and be in this room. So I'm cleaning this to the best of my abilities. And we are all part of the collective. And I'm forever grateful for that.
I agree. And I think that's why, right? It's not, I think even me, when I outsource things, it's not I cannot do them. I choose not to because some people really shine in that. So who am I to take that shine or sparkle away from someone, right? Because when we do things really, we put our love and we give our 100 and more than 100%, we give our infinity and our miracles in that. Yeah. We can really, really manifest so much love. And, you know, even me, when I smile, right? People just smile. And you know what? I don't control my smile. I don't say, okay, hold on. I need to smile a certain way, right? So I think it's really that knowledge or that nature of allowing. And that's the key.
Okay. Maria, today, given all the miracles that are surrounding you and the miraculous people that are around you, what upsets you?
You know what upsets me? If you look at it as a whole, it's really when I feel I failed. That is the biggest thing. Other things, not really. I don't get angry that fast. Now, okay, that's a key now. But really, when I fail, and again, it goes back to control, right? Let's say just the week before I launched my 7 Days of Miracles revolution, I had a client who was really unhappy, and I felt it was not a match or whatever. And she really wrote nasty things, and where they are true, where, you know, she wrote, okay, you're pathetic, you're hiding behind this, blah, blah, blah. And I wasn't really upset with what she said, but it's more of, did I do something wrong? What is it that I did wrong? And then I think I was thankful because at the end of the day, I was able to switch them around, right? To realize that, you know, yeah, it's okay that she can write that, but it's really that feeling of I failed. But again, it's controlling, right? It's again caring too much, controlling the outcome and confusing myself. Because I think that CCC comes, care so much, control too much, and then I get confused and you get shaken up. So what upsets me is that it's mostly that it's not even the dirt, or because those things you can easily control. But when you feel that thing like you failed, that for me is a big slap in the face, and it takes me really practice to get out of that notion of I failed to do the best, or why is it that the best I have is taken another way by someone else, right? So it's that.
But throughout that thinking of fail, you achieved a new level of understanding and winning. And
yes.
When I mention the word winning, is about, well, what are you gaining out of the experience? And that's a lesson that lesson that you just learned from that past client. It will remain with you forever because you will carry what you have learned and what you have done in your heart of hearts.
Yes.
And truly what you did is offer love. Perhaps it wasn't well received.
Yeah.
Maria, so. Time has flown by one more time. And that you and I get together, it just flies. Before we actually go, please tell our viewers and our listeners, if they wish to get in touch with you, how can they do that?
Well, you can, of course, you're very free to just drop me an email at Maria, M-A-R-I-A, at Maria, again, dash, or -miracles.com. you're also free to join my Facebook group, Miracles with Maria, and or just add me on Facebook. I welcome anyone adding me.
Beautiful. Maria, from my heart to yours, thank you so much for
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Bringing that sunshine that you bring, not only with your smile, but with the way that you actually express and the way that you allow us to feel our own miracles.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's really an honor to be here and sharing enlightened conversations with Raul. And I also want to thank Michelle, who's really founded this great movement or revolution, actually.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And thank you to the viewers as well for watching. And please remember, you're always welcome to connect with your own miracles. They're just waiting for you.
Thank you, everyone, so much. And Maria, until next time. Big kiss.
Thank you.